just based on the substance, I don't think it's a cookie.
Hit me with it.
And that's the fortune cookie.
That is a cookie.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
If you didn't call it a cookie and you ate that, it wouldn't be a cookie. It's not even in a cookie shape. Do they even bake it?
It's a cookie, and you be quiet because it's a cookie.
Welcome back to episode 9. You can see our faces this episode. How about that? But I wonder whose fault that was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know who
What a goofball.
would have managed to not record for an hour and 15 minutes. But anyways, it's good to see you again. We got a good episode for you. As always, we got the question of the day. We got our ego meter, which will be of video game franchises. We have a new segment called Is It a Cookie?
It's going to be the greatest segment of all time.
And then we're going to end with skills we wish we had draft. So let's kick it off with the question of the day. I don't even know what the question of the day
I've
is.
prepared the question of the day for you, Garrett.
Let's hear it.
Let's set the tone. You're face to face with Mike Tyson,
Oh, gosh.
top 2 professional boxer of all time. You can say he's 1 or 2. If you take 1 punch to the face, you'll get $1,000. If you take 2 punches to the face, you'll get $5,000. 3 punches from Mike Tyson to the face will give you $10,000. And of course, if you somehow survive 5 punches, you'll get $25,000. Are you taking any of these offers?
I'm not a money-hungry guy to do something really dumb for money. I know people that'll... I say that a lot. I know people. I really don't know anyone, but there's people...
We all know that one guy.
There's people out there that they'll do anything for the right price, and I'm not... I mean, I guess if you offered millions of dollars, but that's... I'm not that deep into the needing money to get socked in the face. Is this current day Mike Tyson?
I think it is.
You know what?
I think prime Mike Tyson would kill us with 1 punch to the face.
Yeah.
Us not being allowed to defend it.
I might, and this is full force.
Yes. And he may be older, but it is a known fact that old men can still punch as hard as rocks.
Yeah.
You were talking about the old lady grip strength the other day, man.
The other day.
Don't mess with that old man
ago.
punch.
I'll say this. 2 punches is $5,000.
Yeah.
I'd ask him to do a really quick 1-2 Mike Tyson. You know, the classic 1-2.
Oh, so okay.
Because 1 punch for 1,000 isn't enough, but going up times 5 for an extra punch, $5,000 would, you know, I'd take. The only risk, though, is if he knocks out a tooth or something, half of that money's going towards a new set of teeth. Or,
I'll let you wear a mouth guard in this
Okay.
situation. No headgear, though.
That helps. Yeah, I think just for the experience, and it's a commonly asked question. Like, would you take a rocket punch to the face for this amount of money? Then I can say I actually did it. But
You'd get to meet Mike Tyson, too.
yeah, but the money isn't too big of an incentive for me. But I can say I got punched in the face by Mike Tyson. I think that's more of a reward than $5,000. How about you?
I would definitely get punched. I agree with you there. 1 punch is a little too cheap for $1,000. It's a matter of, can I survive 5 punches? And I'm not sure I can.
Yeah, unless he's loading up every single time.
He wouldn't be holding back that much. I'll take the 3 punches for $10,000. Because I think the 1-2 will send me to the hospital overnight, at least, maybe a couple weeks stay.
Yeah, you might not even feel the third one.
I'm just hoping the third one I'll be numb to the pain, or I'll even be unconscious by then.
Yeah, that's a... yeah, because once you accept 1 punch, it's like, oh, what's another punch? And it's, oh, what's another punch?
Yeah.
And you just keep going down the ladder, and before you know it, your face is bashed
It's
in.
like whenever I stub my toe, I'll squeeze my arm to take the pain away.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah. So,
And I would play it off tough. I would say, you didn't hurt me, Mike.
yeah,
That's all you
you
got?
wouldn't be able to speak, I don't think. Yeah, you wouldn't even be doing... maybe you'd be doing that. I don't know.
He wouldn't be able to hit me because I'm too fast.
Yeah, that's a classic question right there.
It was either that or instead of getting punched by Mike Tyson, I don't know why I thought of it. A 12-year-old girl gets to kick you in the shin. That wouldn't be the price range, but it would be a lot cheaper incentives for the girl kicking you in the shin.
12-year-old. Well, what's the prices for that? Because I would much rather do that.
I don't know. That's why I didn't go with that as a question. But I just pictured like some angry girl, like Veruca from Willy Wonka.
One punch from Mike Tyson in the face. What is the equivalent to a 12-year-old girl kicking you in the shin? Like 200 kicks to the same part of the shin?
I think like 20 shin kicks. That's a shin kick, man. One razor hit on the shin is bad enough.
Oh, yeah, a razor, but we're talking about a kid.
That's still... I don't underestimate 12-year-old girls, man. Angry. She would be angry at you.
We're talking about Mike Tyson socking you in the face.
I don't know.
Compared to a kick to the shin by a kid. I'm saying one punch by Mike Tyson is... like 70 kicks to the shin in the same spot.
I would rather get punched in the face than
Once and done?
I would rather get punched in the face than take 15 shin kicks.
Only 15's not that bad.
I think that's pretty bad. A shin kick. Like,
you're comparing it to the scooter hitting you in the shin. That is way worse than a kick by a kid.
Those scooters don't swing fast, though.
They're heavy, if you're trying to do a whip, or is that what they call it?
Yeah, I would never swing it that fast, but...
That's what I think of. That I would take 3 scooter hits to the shin compared to a Mike Tyson.
All right, here's what we're going to do. You get to punch me in the face next episode for our 10th anniversary, 10 episode special.
I'm not punching you in the face.
I get to kick you in the shin 15 times.
No.
Okay.
No. That's 10 episodes.
You wouldn't punch a guy with glasses, would you?
10 episodes is not enough.
All right.
Maybe like 1,000.
But Mike Tyson, if you're listening to the Camel's Ego.
Yeah, Mike Tyson has been on some
three
podcasts.
Punches. Yeah. let's get him. Mike, if you're out there, come join us on the show.
Please join us.
Yeah.
But
I'll take the 10,000 though for 3 punches.
If Mike Tyson comes on the podcast, I would let him punch me in the face once.
And Mike Tyson's not coming on the podcast.
Well, that's your
I'll start a GoFundMe.
That's your
yeah.
If you come on, that's what you get to do. That's your payment for coming on.
I'll go 12 rounds with Mike Tyson if he comes on the podcast. And
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. But all right, let's move on to our ego meter. Ethan is back in the reins of the ego meter.
I took a low vacation. Garrett took over the duties last episode, or 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, so I really took a break.
We're back. We do a lot of food talk. I mean, the next segment's on cookies, but we're going to try and not do food here. We are doing video game franchises. Now, none of us are big video game people, but these are franchises.
I used to be a gamer, I guess, but...
Yeah, as a kid, I played a lot of games, too, but these are franchises, so it's not just one particular game. Because I don't think we've played any of the... Well, I played some of these a lot, but you have enough knowledge of the franchise to give it a proper rating.
Okay.
And... I don't know much about video games currently, but I picked 5 pretty well-known video game franchises. Some are more nostalgic, some are current, but let's kick it off with a classic, a game I know you've played, and maybe still play here and there. Maybe not, I don't know, but that is Madden.
Ooh, Madden. Okay.
The Madden franchise.
I'll start it off by saying the games, you really don't feel like they improve at all. You play the new one for 5 minutes, you're like, this is the same as the last one. Are you kidding me? But it's still football. That's pretty awesome. My best memory with Madden is when I was in high school, middle school, whenever there would be a snow day, I would take the newest edition of Madden, and I would always, make a team of, just my family and friends. I would turn my cats into players. They would be, 5'2" and 300 pounds and a little chubby and stuff. And then I would get to play as that team against people. But, just like any other aspect of Madden, it got boring after a little bit. But, I mean, it's football. Who doesn't love football? I'll start it off with the 8.0.
Okay.
It's not perfect by any means.
Yeah.
But
there's not a lawsuit, but there's big talk of if this next Madden game isn't good enough, they're going to start searching for other, creators for the game.
Oh, instead of EA?
or
EA
something like that.
Sports. It's
There's someone out there can. They can.
I think all
explain
you
it
have to
better
do to
than
make
me.
a good game is like they have the thing called Face of the Franchise, where it like starts with you as a college quarterback and you go in the NFL.
Yeah.
If they can just really devote some good like creative story into that, that would be awesome.
They already
But
do
it's the same thing.
storylines.
It's the same thing every year though.
Is it? I don't play it
Yeah.
enough. The best. Actually, I can't say that. I'm
The
not
be-
there. I'm not. I was about to talk about another franchise that's on this list. I gotta wait.
Do you have a favorite Madden cover that comes to mind?
No.
Something about that OBJ one in 2016.
I think that might be like the last one I ever played.
What?
Like that I
Like
owned.
owned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I owned.
The OBJ cover makes me
actually,
think of Madden Mobile. Madden Mobile was quite the
Yeah.
era.
I'm trying to think if I have a favorite Madden. I don't know. I don't know if I do. I wasn't as big into Madden as I was some of the other sporting games.
Yeah, okay.
But next up, you gave that the 8.0. Next up is one that I only played one game of this franchise, or owns one game.
Okay.
And that is Call of Duty.
Oh,
Rated M. Be careful, guys.
are they still
scary
making new Call of Duty games?
They have to be.
Yeah, they probably are.
I don't know much about it.
I think
anymore.
now they're just remaking like the old ones, like
Maybe.
Modern Warfare 2
People listening that
again.
love this game, they're probably like, these idiots. Giving a rating. They're asking if they even create
Oh
games.
yeah. Are you kidding me? They're currently establishing and working on Modern Warfare.
Jeez.
I
I just know they always talk about Call of Duty double XP when
People
Kyler
that play
Murray
Call
does
of
bad.
Duty. Oh yeah, Kyler Murray loves his Modern Warfare and whatever it's called, Warzone. That's a Call of Duty property.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, I just wasn't a Call of Duty guy growing up. I had an older brother that was crazy about it, so I would play Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 and 2. And sure, the multiplayer was fun, but I don't know why I never got into it. I don't know. People that do play Call of Duty, they know way more about guns than I do. Like, I had like an 8-year-old little brother that got hooked on the World War II edition, and he like knew everything about World War II weaponry moving forward.
Yeah.
So they know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
It's an
World's
educational game, I guess. You learn about the machinery you're working with.
Educational.
I think so. They know a
Those
little
chat
bit.
rooms. Call of Duty's known for some crazy chat rooms.
Yeah, that's the chat rooms.
That's where a lot of the
that's another
education
thing I
is.
never got to experience. I wasn't a big chat
I
room
played
guy.
Rainbow Six Siege a lot with Alec
Oh.
back in the day, and there's some chat rooms there
Yeah.
that were pretty toxic. Were very funny at the time, but not the best for me. But the only Call of Duty I owned and played was World War II, and
Yeah.
that was around the time I was, I don't even know, but yeah. And I at Kyle's house once in a while we'll play one of the Black Ops games. I don't even know which one it is, but it'll just be me and Kyle. And then we'll take on like 20,
Zombies or
not zombies, just like computers. And it's like first to 500 kills. wins.
I've played that. Yeah.
I don't know
We
much
don't know
about
what
it.
it's called because we're
Yeah.
noobs.
I'm just shooting other people.
Yeah.
But anyways, Call of Duty, what are we giving it? Or what do you give it?
It's a sub 5.
Whew.
For
Sub-5.
me, I don't. It just never connected with me. I'll give it the 4.7. But
Just because it's rated M and I'm all about PG, I
Yeah.
can agree.
I think I'm just so used to it nowadays. Like back then when Zombies came out, that was probably nothing like it ever before. Because you would be shooting zombies and you would have to survive waves and you would be
Yeah.
staying up all night with your friends. That's awesome. That's just not what I was doing.
Yeah.
Maybe I would play my older brother, but
And
Call of Duty, I didn't get to experience it, guys.
yeah, I didn't play a whole lot of that either. But I wanted to throw one rated M game on because I know the audience. A lot of these kids
Is
are
rated
playing
M
these
like
games.
the worst rating out there for video games, or
It's mature, which is 17 plus. There's probably a game out there that's like rated X or something, but
yeah?
M I would say is the worst just because it's 17 plus. You have to be an adult. Normally after that, there's not really, I don't know. But this next game is rated E for everyone. It's 2K.
Like basketball?
Yes.
That's another one.
NBA 2K. Yeah, NBA 2K.
If any of our audiences are gamers out there, just come. You guys can come at me today because I am not a gamer. 2K.
2K I played a lot as a kid. Not so much in the last 5 years, but
I mean, when it came to a sleepover, you had Madden practice mode and 2K street mode or whatever it was called.
something like that.
It was either one of the two.
It wasn't street.
And I just never liked street mode.
Blacktop.
I never liked blacktop. Mainly because I suck at basketball. I have no skill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a skill I'll be drafting later. But
Better not.
yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't think it could get worse than Call of Duty. But 2K,
Ooh.
3.7.
Ooh.
I think Call of Duty was a 4.7.
One of my favorite games of all time, widely known as the greatest 2K game, was 2K11. That's what got me into basketball. But I can agree more so with the recent ones. I don't think they're as good. But when I was a little Jimmy growing up to learn the game of basketball, that game, that got me hooked, man.
We've got Madden, 2K. I'll tell you what the real sport game out there is. It's WWE 2K. That is, I don't know.
That's not even a sport.
Is that not on your list?
No, it's not on my list.
That would have been a +9. It is so much fun.
Wrestling is not a sport.
It has a 2K in the, like.
It's a video game, but it's not a
It's
sport.
a 2K video game. That's what I count it as.
All right. But, yeah.
Those games are awesome. That is what create a player should be.
I never played a wrestling 2K unless I was at a buddy's house.
I mean, same thing as the other ones where it doesn't change at all, but they had their things. The creative mode was better. You were able to create characters that looked like complete wonky aliens or that looked just like me. So,
okay.
Anyway, give me WWE over 2K any day.
All right. This next one, I don't think this counts as a video game franchise, but I thought of it, and I'm like, I'm throwing it on here. And, yeah, it's Xbox 360 Kinect games. Not really a franchise.
That's a niche.
But I'm throwing it on here. Xbox,
So what is there besides Kinect Sports?
There's like, you never played that many.
There was
Kinect?
the Star Wars one.
I remember
Just Dance is a Kinect game.
Maybe I remember like an adventure one. There's like
Oh,
Kinect
there's that
Adventures,
one.
But just like the whole, you can rate the concepts, how well it
the
worked.
Kinect was pretty awesome. Yeah.
If you put
Kinect Sports is severely underrated. It is up there with Wii Sports. I was
what?
Yeah.
Up there with Wii Sports?
Kinect Bowling is
No.
better than Wii Bowling.
Oh my goodness.
It requires more skill. It's a lot more fun because you're being more physical.
Can your grandparents play Kinect Sports?
Every Saturday morning, I would play Kinect Bowling with Swaggy Pop Pop, and he would floor me. And it would be back and forth like 290 to 285. We would be getting strike after strike after strike.
I played Kinect Sports, or not. I don't know if I played Kinect Sports.
Track and field on the Kinect. Do you remember that?
I don't. I was a big Kinect Adventure guy.
That's like the river rapids.
Stuff like that, yeah. But when I think, the only thing I remember about Kinect's games on the Xbox 360 that I liked was with the adventure game, it would randomly take your photo. So me and my brother, when we were playing,
to get creative.
we
with
would plan out those photos.
Yeah.
And some of them were pretty disgusting. Like we were making some weird. We were just weird with it.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing over the top, but we just, that's all we cared about was the pictures. So we did whatever we could to make the best photo.
It's like Nintendo Land when you're Mario and your face is on the screen and you can just do stupid stuff with it.
But anyways, Kinect, Xbox 360 Kinect games. The technology, the games.
The technology wasn't great.
I thought it was terrible.
I had a fun time with the Kinect, man. And when you think about Just Dance, I'm a big dancer. I love dancing, love music. Kinect Sports, not quite the 9, but we'll give it the 8.7.
That's a terrible take.
Too high?
That is a terrible take.
Oh, my. So much fun.
That is a
so much fun.
This
for
is
the
a
family.
sub 2 for me.
What?
No. What'd you give it?
An 8.7, I think.
Yeah.
Not quite a 9, because the technology wasn't there.
It's not passing. No Kinect game is iconic.
Connect Sports
That's
and Just
not
Dance.
No, both the Wii Sports and Just Dance on the Wii are much better.
2K is to you what Just Dance is to me. You've had some, what's the word? Experience. I don't know why I had to think about the word experience. You have experienced 2K more than I have. I've experienced Just Dance more than you have.
I played a lot of Just Dance.
And
just not on the
exercise.
Kinect.
When you get exercise out of video games,
That's a good point.
that's like
but
money out of
the
food.
technology just wasn't ready yet. It wanted you to like select options with your hands. Just pick up the remote and pick an option. Like it made it so much more difficult than it needed to be.
Yeah, but
Like I never liked that.
I think that's the perfect balance of technology. The achievement, they just didn't quite achieve it. I can't say anything today. Like nowadays, with virtual reality, that's too far gone with technology. Bring it back to Connect Sports, guys, please.
A lot of people aren't agreeing there, but
I
it's
think you'll
your
be
show.
surprised.
It's your segment.
I think you'll be surprised as to how much Connect
Maybe.
Sports is loved.
I don't know, maybe, but yeah, Kinect, Xbox 360 Kinect. But lastly, yeah, I'm gonna say it. As a child, this is my favorite video game franchise.
Is
I
it
had a lot-
Mario?
No,
Okay. Ooh, no Mario today.
yeah, I
I was
tricked you.
expecting
I tricked you
Mario,
because I
yeah.
messaged you. I'm like, yeah, so we might have some Mario Kart Wii on here, but we don't, or Mario Kart in general. But games I just bought because of the name and the title. Games, some of my favorite games. The Tony Hawk franchise.
Ooh. Now I only
Great game.
have two memories of playing the games. One was Tony Hawk Underground, which
best
we can
one?
agree is one of the greatest games, one of the greatest gifts ever given to mankind.
Yeah, I
Tony
can't
Hawk
agree more. I
Underground.
can't agree more. Probably my favorite game.
And then you had the newer one, where it came with like the board
Oh,
that you had to stand on, and like it was like a control. What was that? What was that piece of junk?
that was not good. They probably made good money selling that board.
Like
for
I
$80.
genuinely don't know what they were going for with that board. Like were there controls in it or something? Was that a Kinect game? That might have been a Kinect game.
No, I had that on the Wii.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just tough because you actually had to put in work. I just
Yeah.
like pressing 3 buttons.
We don't know
and
how
I
to
did-
skateboard.
Yeah.
We only know how to skateboard in video games on roofs in Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah, I just like pressing A twice and then I did a kickflip or something. All right, I did an ollie. I tried to do an ollie in person and I
Yeah.
couldn't. I press A and I do an ollie.
See, Tony Hawk Underground is such a great game. I'm pretty sure you could skateboard on power lines in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, and a great
could
story
build-
mode. I don't know if you
I don't
ever.
know if I remember the story mode. You could build your own skate park.
Yeah, that was good.
The problem
story mode
is
was great. Story
not-
mode hit feelings because Tony, I think it was whoever you created, your best friend. He like betrayed you,
What?
and then at the end you got revenge. I think,
What?
and then I forget how exactly it
I might
ends,
have
but
to play
basically
that.
you're like a big time.
I just remember my character had a crazy spiky mohawk.
I probably could hook it up and play if you wanted.
Oh! Is that? Oh, and you
Yeah,
had the
right.
Wii.
I do have the. I have the Wii. I've been playing Mario Kart Wii recently, so I guess I am a gamer now because I play that here and there. But I have the PS4 that's not hooked up and the Xbox that's not hooked up.
I'll make 2 points. First is that I think it's best if Tony Hawk Underground stays untouched. If we open that, if we
No,
crack
it's-
that bad boy open, I think those graphics will
Nah. Nope.
give me like an
I
aneurysm.
I don't agree. I don't think it's that bad.
Really?
No. I've been playing Mario Kart Wii and I think it's great.
All right. And second,
Yeah.
what were you saying?
I was just gonna say that I don't play PS5 games to be blown away. I kind of stayed in the PS4 and behinds, mostly Wii. So for me, an Xbox isn't. Gonna be that
I've been there, done that with playing video games I loved as a kid, and they just didn't hit when I was older. But Tony Hawk Underground, amazing game. We can agree for once on something. But
What?
I don't know if it's a franchise. Like in a whole, the franchise, I don't have experience playing the other games.
Yeah, I played a few
So-
others. I owned a lot of them, but I didn't play like Tony Hawk Undergrounds and the second one. I played a lot. I owned probably 10 Tony Hawk games. 'cause
He
I
made
would-
10 games?
Oh, a lot more than that. He had like Pro Skater 1, 2, 3, 4, Underground 1 and 2.
That guy's like 60 now. That's crazy.
He's getting up there, yeah.
Poor
But
Tony.
yeah, I owned a lot of the games. I didn't play them a lot. Like I would get a game, play it for like a week or two, and I'd probably move on or go back to my roots of Underground. But it's definitely a franchise. That guy's like a millionaire just
Okay.
because of the video games.
Nah, he's definitely made more money from the video games in real life, I'd say.
Yeah, he made
But
a lot of money.
my opinion as a franchise, I didn't own 10 Tony Hawk games. I had Underground, probably
I
another
looked
one I
up to him
forgot.
because of those games.
I did want to be Tony Hawk. Then I got a skateboard, and I realized, why is this so hard?
Yeah.
So I went back to Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah, I remember getting a book at the library. It would like tell you how to do tricks. And do you remember the one trick? I forget what it was called, but basically in the air you do like the cross pose and then
I don't know.
I forget what it's called. You go up a ramp, you pick up your skateboard, do like the cross pose. And I remember taking that book home and seeing that, and I was like, I can do that.
In the video game or real life?
Real life.
What?
I looked up to him so much. I'm like, I could do that. Because like I had so much confidence in my ability, but as soon as I got a skateboard, it was terrible. But Tony Hawk, talk about nostalgia, talk about inspiring a generation.
I don't want to end the segment with a thud, but I am gonna give it a 6.8 in terms of franchise.
I can agree that he has some games that weren't as well known.
Yeah.
It's not.
Do you know if he's still making new games?
I don't know. I would agree that,
Tony Hawk,
like,
Senior Citizen.
for example, like Mario Kart, every one of those games is very played and popular.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, probably 30% were bigger hits, maybe more. I don't know, but some of my favorite games, Tony Hawk. But I think he did terrible. But audience, listeners, you can let us know what you think about Ethan's knowledge of video games.
I didn't see Connect Sports coming, but I'm glad you said that.
I had a feeling you were going to make it high, and it does
We
not.
can make it a debate. Wii Sports versus Connect Sports. I'll take Connect Sports.
Wii Sports is just so.
More classic, but maybe not better.
I would play Wii Sports now and still enjoy it. Like playing some baseball.
Yeah, you couldn't enjoy Connect Sports.
I would. No, the technology's too far gone. You think Tony Hawk's too far gone with technology? Xbox 360 was a step
I'll
back.
tell you, I played against Kyle in track and field.
It's just
maybe
so
like
glitchy.
a year ago.
I just remember it being so glitchy. You jump and it wouldn't jump.
I don't know.
I don't know. We can have this conversation after.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. You already know my thoughts. They already know your thoughts. But now
it's cookie time.
it is cookie time. Partially inspired by your take on Sunny D, but not really. This is how this segment arose. I was watching a tier list video. Do you know what a tier list is?
Yeah.
And it was on cookies, but it was like the presidents doing the tier list.
I saw another.
Have you
thing.
seen those
I saw the
videos?
presidents doing Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I think those videos are great. Probably
Yeah.
they're a bit inappropriate, but I just think it's hilarious.
Like Trump, Biden, and Obama.
Yeah, I think they're hilarious.
I saw that literally like an hour ago.
I love those videos,
Yeah.
but I watched them doing a cookie tier list, and half of the cookies, in my opinion, weren't even cookies.
Okay.
So I'm like, people are calling these cookies. I don't think it's a cookie.
I have no clue where you're going with this, but I'm excited for the uncertainty.
I'll say this. I think every option on this list shouldn't be considered a cookie.
Okay.
And they were all on the tier list video for cookies.
Okay.
Now, some of them in their dialogue, they did say, this isn't even a cookie.
All right.
Some of them have cookie in the name.
I'll try to get my answer out as fast as possible.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 here.
What? I was thinking like 4. Okay.
I have 7.
Wow. I can't even think of 7 cookies off the top of my head.
Well, these shouldn't be cookies.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, and if you don't know what it is, because some of these names I wouldn't know what it is, I'll look up a photo for you. But starting
Dude.
it off, this was on the tier list. Nilla wafers. Is that a cookie?
Oh, this is going to be hard.
I don't think that's a cookie. Even if you make it bigger and have it in front of you.
It's not a cookie.
Yeah, it's close.
It's closer to cereal than a cookie. You ever put those things with milk? Just eat them
No.
out of a bowl? Oh, my goodness. It's amazing.
You like that?
Oh, I haven't had them in so long. I want to eat like 3 boxes right now. Delicious. Got to set the hammer down. They're not cookies.
Not a cookie.
They're wafers.
Yeah, it's in the name.
In
Although
the shape
some of
a
these,
circle.
like I said, they have cookie in the name. I don't think it's a cookie.
Okay.
Next up, again, were all these?
Vanilla wafers.
Yeah,
are so
all of
good.
these were on
Oh my
were on the tier list. So I'm not gonna say that every time, but Fig Newtons.
Disgusting. Not a cookie.
I
Not a
agree.
cookie.
Again, I don't think these are cookies, but they thought it was a cookie.
I remember in Lorraine when it was your birthday and you got to bring in dessert. Some girl had the audacity to bring in Fig Newtons.
I don't think they're that bad. I don't look forward to them, but once in a while I'll eat some Fig Newtons and I'll
If
be
you're that
satisfied.
girl that brought me Fig Newtons, no. I remember you. I don't know who it was. I just know it was a girl.
But moving on, I think you're gonna call this a cookie,
Okay.
but just based on the substance, I don't think it's a cookie.
Hit me with it.
And that's the fortune cookie.
That is a cookie.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
If you didn't call it a cookie and you ate that, it wouldn't be a cookie. It's not even in a cookie shape. Do they even bake it?
It's a cookie and you be quiet because it's a cookie.
It's not a cookie.
Yes, it is.
It gets way too much hype because of the note in the middle. It's not a cookie. If I had... Yeah, no, it's not even close. Just because it's in the name. You've been brainwashed to call it a cookie. It's a fortune snack or a cracker.
I'm trying to think of a good point here, and I can't think of one. It's a cookie because it is. It's a cookie.
Just because it's in the name does not make it a cookie. And just think about eating a fortune cookie. Take it back, and then think of a chocolate chip cookie, and then compare the two, and it's not a cookie.
Why don't they have fortune cookies that like giant? Like just like a package of fortune cookies.
Who's buying a fortune cookie?
There is...
That's why they give them to you for free, because they're terrible.
I think they're pretty good.
No.
I can eat 5. I don't eat 5, but I can
I don't even
enjoy-
eat it. I look at what I got, and then I either give it to someone else or throw it away.
The fortune doesn't happen if you don't eat the cookie.
It doesn't happen either way, in my
Yes,
opinion.
it does.
I don't
That's
believe
the magic of a fortune cookie.
No. The magic of a fortune cookie. I don't believe in the magic of a fortune cookie.
Okay.
It maybe if it tasted good I would, but it's a
Yeah.
cracker. A poorly made cracker. And to my next point, this was also on the list. I'm gonna say that just because I'm amazed that this is on a cookie tier
Okay.
list. Animal crackers.
Not a cookie. That's
Okay.
a cracker.
Thank you. It was on the list. Why?
Yeah.
Now, do you know the animal crackers with icing?
That's
Is that? I think that's a cookie
no.
with like not like the thin,
I know what you mean. Like at
like
Ben's house.
yeah, like pink and white
That
with the
can't be a
sprinkles.
cookie.
I think that's a cookie.
That's a treat the same way like a zebra cake is a treat.
Well, zebra cake's not even close to a cookie. That's a cake.
It's the same. Well, I guess it is a cake, but a treat, a neutral.
So you're just saying it's a cracker with icing and sprinkles?
It's a neutral flavored item with icing on the outside.
No, there's got to be a category.
It's not a cookie, I can tell you that.
All right, whatever.
it's
I think
rusted
that
or
is a
not.
cookie, but plain animal crackers not a cookie. We can agree
No.
on that. All right, this is where. Now you know this next one. Hopefully I say it right.
This was the one you had to type in and have
No,
the
not this
computer
one.
pronunciate. Oh.
Not this one. That's the last one I have. Macaroons? Is that how you say it? I don't eat them enough.
Jeez, that's how you say it.
Okay, macaroons. Is that a
A
cookie?
macaroon is a macaroon. It's not a cookie.
It's not a cookie.
There's
Close, but
It's like a mix of like a cookie cake little whoopie pie sandwich that's really small. A macaroon is its own thing and they're delicious.
yeah, they're
But
good.
It's not quite a cookie.
It's not a cookie. I agree. Very good. Very
How long was this president tier list?
like 7-8 minutes.
Jeez. Mine was just like a TikTok that was like
Oh, yeah.
45 seconds long.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be watching them. It's not a good look, but I'm a pretty open person. I try to be very honest. I'm watching these on YouTube when I shouldn't
Besides
be.
chocolate chip as the S tier, what is something else they had in the S tier? Because I can't think of anything on the caliber of
I
chocolate
don't remember.
chip.
You
Okay.
can. I'll send you the video.
Yeah, send it my way.
But and here, this is one you might not know what it looks like. The cookie. It has cookie in the name. Have you heard of a rainbow cookie?
I don't think I have.
All right, I gotta look it up and show
Rainbow cookie.
you. To me, it looks like a cake.
Ooh, I've got a good one for you.
Okay, let me show you a Italian rainbow cookie. Is that a cookie? It's a cake. It looks like a cake.
Those look really good. I'd like to try one of those, but
I don't think it looks good. It looks like fruit.
see, it looks like the texture of cake. But if that's like a cracker-like texture, I would classify that as a cookie.
What the other layers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know. I've never had this. I'll look up ingredients.
I have got a brain buster for you.
Okay.
Well, no, you tell me all the other ones first.
Well, there's one left. Let's see what it's made out of. Eggs, sugar, almond paste. I don't see anything about crackers.
Well,
Everything here is it's like cake. Food coloring, raspberry preserves,
Well, cake and crackers both have flour in them, and cookies.
There's not even flour on this. How can it be a cookie
What?
without flour? Eggs,
How
yolk,
can it be a
sugar,
cake without flour?
almond paste, teaspoon,
Paste?
almond extract, butter, salt, food coloring, and raspberry preserves.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, and chocolate.
Yeah, that's not a cookie then. Get that out of here.
Yeah. What a rainbow? Why is it even called a rainbow cookie?
What
Because some of these aren't called cookies.
country
And-
owns that? Is that Italy?
I think it's a
Italy and
German.
their shenanigans?
I think it's a German, right? Italian.
Italy.
Come on, Italy. You're known.
Stick to the pastas.
You're known for such good food. Why this?
Stick to your
Why this?
I'll say it to Italians. If you're out there, cannoli's not that good.
Oh,
Not that
that
good.
was not needed. That was not needed. I love cannolis.
The Italians got me angry with that rainbow cookie. I just had to say it.
No, cannolis are good.
I don't think
They're
so.
good. But the last one, do you know what the meringue cookie is? It's spelled really weird. I can show you a
No, I
photo,
don't know what that is.
but it's spelled MERINGUE.
Like lemon meringue pie.
I don't know.
That's how lemon meringue pie is spelled.
Oh wait,
What is meringue? Is it like a cream?
No, it's like
Something
Wait.
tart?
if you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, that's what it is." It's like a.
I like.
I
this
feel like when
segment.
you get a container of Christmas cookies that someone makes, someone buys these and just like chucks a few in.
Okay.
Where's a good photo? Oh wait, well no, that's not the option I saw. Where's it? Oh, here's a good photo. Like these things.
Oh,
Have you ever laid your eyes on these before?
I haven't. That just
It's
looks
like a chalky.
Oh no!
It's like a chalky.
I've seen those, but they've just been cookie colored, not that color. So
This
I
was
don't
the
know, man.
image they used on.
I don't like the idea of thinking of that as a cookie. That ain't a cookie. Not a
Okay,
cookie.
thank
Not a cookie.
Yeah. It's like a chalky, powdery. It's not a cookie. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I freaking love cookies.
And these items are ruining cookies. Like if these were cookies
Yeah.
in an official document, cookies would. I'd take pie over cookies if that was the case.
I just want to eat cookies so bad right now.
Now some of these,
I love
I'm looking up
cookies.
meringue, and some of these are like good-looking cookies, but it's not what I showed you. We're judging off the photo that I showed you. That's what
Yeah.
a meringue cookie is, because that's what the tier list had. And yeah, come on, no. I've seen a few. I've seen a few of these in a. If someone gives us cookies during Christmas time, like I said, they'll chuck a few of these in there. I think it's more of like a color, has a cool swirly design. No one's eating them,
Yeah.
and it's not a cookie. So
No,
get that out of here.
I would try it, but it probably does not taste good.
Yeah.
I would politely decline.
But those are the cookies you said. I think Fortune Cookie was the only one you said was a cookie.
Yeah, do a quick rundown again. Nilla wafer,
Vanilla
not
wafer,
a cookie.
Fig Newton,
Not a
Fortune
cookie.
Cookies,
Yes.
Animal Crackers, Macaroons,
No.
Rainbow Cookie,
No.
and Meringue Cookie.
No. Okay.
Okay, so
So,
only one we
yeah.
disagreed on. Or one we... Yeah, one
And
we
all the
disagreed on.
evidence points towards the fortune cookie not being a cookie, but it's a cookie.
Okay. All right.
I was thinking of, I exaggerated. I think it is a cookie, but those fudge striped like things made by the elves. Remember?
Yeah, those are cookies.
Well, I kind of thought of them as animal crackers a little bit, except they have the chocolate.
You were going to
But
say that was not a cookie?
If you take away the chocolate, it's just an animal cracker, isn't it? Yeah. But it's in the shape of a circle, so.
That helps. I don't know. I'd still call that a cookie.
It's
I
a
think.
cookie, yeah.
Yeah, I'd still call that a cookie. I don't think there's any others on the minds right now that people call cookies that it's not a cookie. Actually, I'll give you this one. Nutter Butters. Is that a cookie? You know, like the...
No.
You don't think
no.
that's a cookie?
No, that's a peanut butter snack.
Okay.
That is a peanut
I was thinking about that
That
one
is a
too.
peanut butter snack.
Okay. Close. I think that's... Oh. Yeah, it's not a cookie, but it is close. It is close. But there you go.
Trying to think, yeah. I think we covered all the controversial cookies out there.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
It's a rainbow cookie. What
You
a
did it.
joke.
You revived yourself from your
Okay.
take from a previous episode on
Pie or
no
Sunny
no.
D.
Yeah, Sunny D being a snack.
I saw a TikTok today about they were talking about snacks. They didn't mention Sunny D, but they mentioned Danimals.
Yeah, we agreed Danimals was a snack
Okay.
because it's more of a yogurt.
I said it's more of a drink. I don't know.
No, that's a snack
Okay.
because it's yogurt. It's mainly yogurt.
All right.
But yep. And last up here, we have the skills we wish we had draft. So basically, we might have. I'm saying these are we perfect these skills. I might have.
Not a basic understanding. You are
Yeah, you are
a master.
Yeah.
A master, as they call
Yeah,
it.
because some of these I have some skill in, but maybe I want to improve those skills to a mastery level.
Yeah.
So, rock, paper, scissors. First pick. Five
Sure.
options we're picking.
Yeah, 5.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
First pick, Ethan Goletz.
I'm gonna defer. I'm gonna give you the first pick.
Thank you.
Let's hope you did not just take one of my picks.
Well, whether I take one of
You
your
said
picks
you
or
don't think
not-
you have any that I'll take.
Well, it's possible I do, but I was hoping I'd have the first pick so that I could take what I really want here.
Okay.
And that is the skill or ability to speak multiple languages.
Okay.
I just think that's the most impressive thing ever, is someone who can speak more than one language, especially someone who's taken Spanish class and walked out of that class with like 4 words that I remember.
Yeah.
And I met, shout out to the students I met from Germany and Japan who are learning to speak English. I think they're doing amazing work because I can't speak any German or Spanish or Japanese.
I'm not gonna come at that
And-
pick. That's a great pick.
And, dude, if I could speak all these languages, I could go to these countries, and what an experience that would be to go to these countries and actually communicate with those people.
Yeah.
That would... I'm not putting in the work to do that at this point. Learning a language is, like a lot of these skills, is much easier when you're very young, growing up in that environment. to
Learning
learn
one
these skills.
language might not be too bad over time, but ain't no way you're learning more than 2 in your lifetime.
Well, normally if you learn a second one, the others are a bit easier because you kind of catch on the similarities. But
Your pa smells pa like pa, a woman pa.
what?
You have no idea. That's from Dire Wimpy Kid when they made their own language.
Yeah,
That's a great pick.
That's
I have 12
Muy
options,
bien.
and that's not on my list for some reason. I definitely thought of it, but I just figured it was too professional for me.
Oh, great.
I want to have fun with these skills.
Okay.
So That's a good pick, though. Mine, I'm just going to take it because this is my favorite pick. It's nothing crazy or extravagant. It's just I want to be a master guitar player. It's a boring pick, but it is what I would most want.
That kind of steals a pick from me.
Okay.
I think.
Was yours just like music in general?
You're being a little too conservative for this draft. I had play multiple instruments. Just have a music skill.
Yeah, that's good, but
You just want one instrument?
I want to be Ethan, the guitar magician. I want to be able to just pick up any guitar and just pluck a few strings and just mesmerize an audience.
All right, yep, that does take a pick from me then, because I would have just picked the skill to play music, which would be
No, I definitely have some music options on here. So, but I can currently play guitar decently, basic, not decent. I know the chords. I said I wanted to be a campfire dad. That was my goal. Just like if I ever take the kids camping, I can bust out the guitar, start playing some C chord, D chord for them, put a little Sweet Caroline.
It's pretty easy to get to that point.
It is, yeah. So, but finger picking is what I want to be good at.
Yeah.
Dylan from church. Dylan, if you're
Incredible.
seeing this, teach me the ways, please. I want to be a finger picking master. Those guys are like, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I would have picked that because people who can play instruments, again, the earlier you get into it, like people who are, what do they call it? When you hear a note and you know exactly what note is being played.
Yeah.
I forget what the term for that is.
Let's just call it, they speak pitch.
What's it called? Oh, it's going to annoy me, but yeah, people who obtain that, it's nearly impossible to do when you're older. You grow up like with that skill at a very young age.
Yeah.
But that's why I think teaching younger kids is very important because those skills they're learning early,
shaping them.
That's
You're
what
the seeds
that's
in
what
them.
really cements like who they become because it's, at that early age that's when they're learning the most important time for learning in my opinion. But
guitar is my first pick. I want to play guitar. I want to jam out at restaurants when they have open mic night. Yeah.
That's good.
If I'm a master guitar player, I'm going places.
That's my first pick and that next pick to be instrumentally inclined or musically inclined. So those were the two I really wanted. So
Okay.
I got my number one, you got your number one. And for my two, I don't really have an order for the rest of these. I don't think you're going to pick most of these. There's one or two you might pick, actually.
There's
and I only have
two
6.
that I really... There's one... Okay, you just go. Yeah.
All right. For my next pick, not one I'm really that excited about, but would definitely be a skill to help me, and that is the skill to read minds. Now, I'm not saying like a supernatural magical skill. I'm saying like I could read your facial features and be like, "Oh, he's lying right now," or "Oh, he's flirting with me right now." Like, hopefully it's she. Hopefully it's she.
I have never flirted with you in my life. Make that clear.
I'm just saying that's a type of trait that I could read the mind and be like, "Oh, I know exactly what they're thinking right now," just because of, I see videos. I don't watch videos on how to read minds, but I've seen like short clips, and they're like, "Oh, if they look to their side, then like, oh, they're lying." And
yeah, no, that's good.
I think that would be a neat skill to obtain.
Who knows how many women have tried to pick us up in our lifetime, and we just couldn't catch the hint.
For both of us, none.
I think I'm over 50. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a good pick. Just being able to understand emotions and just
because
once you do
especially as a guy, because I think girls are much better at picking up on kind of what, like, like, or I don't know actually. I don't know, but I just know I'm terrible at it. If you're trying to get a message to me, you have to tell me this is what I'm trying to do here, or else I have no clue.
I hear if you're married or if you have a girlfriend, it's always communication. That's the biggest thing that people struggle with.
Yeah, and I'm terrible.
You would excel in this case.
Yeah, so I'm obtaining. I say read minds. That's a little of an extreme way to put it. Just to understand what someone's saying without saying it.
Okay.
Basically, but I'm gonna say read minds because, not even just girls, anybody, they like to be indirect with things. Just tell me what you're thinking.
Okay.
Just tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Get your point across.
Well, you don't want them to directly tell you, but you want to understand where they're coming
It depends
from.
what it is, but
'Cause
I would
it's
rather.
not fun if they just directly tell you something.
Yeah, and if I learn the skill, then I won't need that. But I'm not gonna have the skill. So in reality, just tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you're thinking, because I don't know what you're thinking. Go ahead.
This is taking a little page out of your book with your last pick there. This is something that I have. If I can really dig down deep and tap into it, I can harness this power. It's one of the most powerful things on the planet. And if I can just effortlessly just express this, I will control the world. What do you think I'm taking?
I don't want to say it because I might want to pick it.
I'm taking Riz.
I did not have that on my list.
Yeah.
Riz. Dumb word.
I hate putting too much thought into talking to people. I want to be able to just bless people with my Riz.
Riz is the ability to pick up girls. That's not just communicating to anybody.
That takes. I don't live 24/7 thinking about picking up girls, but when I'm in that situation, it takes too much energy out of me, just stressing over it and whatnot.
You can have that pick. I don't need the ability. I don't want Riz. I'll let it happen naturally. I don't worry about that stuff. Have your Riz. Let's see how far it gets you, because I don't think it'll work.
And it's not quite like chewing on a toothpick or, hey, how you doing? It's like I can deliver the cheesiest pickup line, and it drops like a bomb, and everyone goes crazy. Like, I want that.
Well, I'm gonna have something similar, but I'm not directing mine towards picking up a chick. Mine's just the skill to just talk to others without, like, not being an extrovert, but being able to just talk to strangers, talk to someone, or talk to anybody.
That's your pick?
I don't know how to put it. You're very good at this. You have the skill. Just to go up to a cashier and ask them if they've been robbed, or go up to someone you don't know and just start talking to them. Just the ability to communicate.
The compliment.
I know I just said reading minds, which is kind of a way to communicate, but, well, not really. It's a way to communicate without communicating. Now I'm taking the skill of communication.
Garrett, I think that's just courage, man, and it's down here.
Maybe I need the skill of courage. I don't really think it's courage as much as it is. I don't really know. Most of the time I just don't care enough to talk to someone, or I'm just in my own world and I'm fine with that. But at the same time,
you want to be the.
Sometimes I would wish, if Sean's listening, Sean Mikowski, sometimes I look up to him and his ability to just find himself in conversations that get him through doors.
I do think that's just a matter of courage and fearlessness.
Yes and no. Sometimes yes, other times it's more of I just don't care to do it.
Okay.
Like, you ask the cash register if they've ever been robbed. Personally, I wouldn't have cared to ask, but at the same time, I wish I would ask things I don't care about.
I go to bed every night thinking, what is the purpose of? No, I'm kidding. I go to bed thinking, like, man, like, that was a good conversation I had today. Sometimes all you need to make a good day is just a really good conversation. It can be about the dumbest things.
Yeah, so
sometimes it might not land. I might terrify the Turkey Hill cashier, but
yeah. So I guess I'll say, just to summarize it in a few words, the skill of talking to anybody.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I can talk to anybody. I think that's because a lot of people don't have that skill. They can talk to a lot of people, but to go up to anybody and talk to them, I think that's very hard.
Like a hospitality kind of that does not involve a house.
Yeah, hospitality.
Like, someone can come up to you and be like, yeah, what's up, bro? How you doing? How's the dog? How's your mom? Yeah, how about those Phillies?
Yep.
They're like, dude, I don't even know who you are, but I want to talk to you.
Yeah, and I don't have that skill. You're very good at that, so I applaud you. You had that, like, challenge where you just talk to one random person a day. That's
I got to do that again.
That's pretty crazy.
I haven't kept up with that.
Well, but still, the fact you did that for a decent bit of time. It's
just everyone has their own life, and that's awesome. Like, you drive to work, and you look at another car, you're like, that guy is driving to work. Yeah, he has a life.
I have started recently. This is not this skill, but just asking people that I know. Maybe I don't hang out with them that often. Just be like, hey, you want to get coffee sometime? And just sitting down with people and talking to them.
That's a jump I haven't made yet. Yeah.
It's people I know pretty well. It's pretty weird to just ask someone you talked to twice, like, yo, want to get coffee?
Yeah.
But people that I know, whether it's from church or this or that I don't really talk to her as much because we're doing something as a group.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you want to get coffee?
Garrett, that was a good third pick. Humble.
All right, go ahead.
I want to be Bear Grylls. I want to be a survivalist. I'll take that. If I ever have nothing to do, I'm going to drive to the middle of the wilderness, just throw my phone in the river, and I'm just going to spend the week trying to get back home. It sounds really dangerous, but I don't have to worry because I am an expert at surviving.
That's a good pick.
In any
I don't know
situation.
how well you'll need that in real life, but
I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, just to have the knowledge of survival.
Like, I can camp. If I ever camp, which I've never done, I would be the no technology camping. Like, no phones. It's like another Diary of a Wimpy Kid reference when he hijacks the one tent and he sees like they have microwaves and like all this technology. That ain't camping. Like, I want to be able to build fires. I want to be able to filter water. If I ever end up by myself deserted in Africa, I want to be able to smell the dirt and know which way is north. I don't know.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yes, zombie apocalypse. Survivalist.
That's a good pick. I don't know if it's the most useful, but it could be the most useful.
Yeah.
It's either you don't need it or it's gonna save you.
Or even like if I'm stuck in like a snowstorm and I lose power, I would count that as survivalist.
Yeah, you'd be an expert on surviving.
Yeah.
And
I just had to get that out there. I think that's a cool
good
skill.
And when you said Bear Grylls, you said the word grills, and that gave me an idea for a skill I must take.
Oh, no.
That is the ability to cook or bake. The skill to cook or bake.
Okay.
Because that's just going to help my family out in the future, and I can have people over and cook something amazing. Yeah, I didn't even have that on my board until you said grills, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
I have baking on my list, but
I'm just taking the ability to make food, or the skill to make food.
I think the beauty of cooking is the imperfection. You never quite cook something that's 100% perfect.
Yeah, but you still have the knowledge and skills of what ingredients do what.
Yeah.
Because, I like to say this even though I'm not a cook or a baker, but cooking is the English and history of school. Baking is the science and math. Baking, if you're 100%. A little bit off, you're kind of screwed. Cooking, you throw a little bit of this, a little bit
that's why I had baking on my list and not cooking.
I'm taking both.
Yeah, I'm happy with my cooking skills. I can not improve upon them at all for the rest of my life, and I'll be fine.
I'm good with ingredients, working at Panera and Red Robin. I understand ingredients, but to make something new, or I don't know. I'm not there yet.
The only reason I had baking was bread, man. If you ever bake your own bread, I did it once during quarantine.
Bread is good.
It is insane.
Bread is good.
Like a homemade sourdough. Oh, like, dude.
Yeah,
that was a good pick.
Isn't that like Oprah Winfrey? Oprah. Doesn't she love bread? One of them. I think she does. I don't know.
I think everyone loves bread.
But
I would hope Oprah loves bread.
I think she loves bread.
But
and can't blame her. Bread is severely underrated. On its own, I'm saying, is severely underrated.
Baking is a good pick. I don't want to make you choose between baking or cooking, but I'll say an expert chef, I would rather be myself than Gordon Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay is just too sophisticated for me. Like, he takes like all these like radishes and vegetables and birds I've never heard of. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to make good chicken, dude.
In this draft, I'm not teaching myself how to be that. I obtain it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be Gordon Ramsay, but I could be.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, your pick's next, and then 5 and 5. So this is your 4th round pick.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do one that has to do with communication. This is something I am not. Hopefully, by having a podcast, we get better at this. I want to be a good storyteller. It's not every day you meet a good storyteller, but you don't think this is stealing any of your picks, do you?
I'm not saying it is.
I think if you meet a good storyteller, dude, like, it's awesome.
It's cool, but to draft that,
I think this is mainly just me preparing myself for camping. That's what this draft is. Surviving, guitar, Riz, I guess, storytelling. But, like, if you can sit by the campfire and just encapsulate. I created that word.
Encapsulate. That's encapsulate.
There's no way that's a word.
I think we're saying it wrong, but it's definitely a word.
If I can capture a crowd. And just with a ghost story or a funny story. A lot of times I think of things that are hilarious, and when I say it, it's just not funny. Like,
yeah, I think you're being a little too niche here with some of your picks.
Yeah.
I think that's because you could have just taken communication. Or are you ready for me to take my pick? Because it's very close to what yours was, but I don't think it's that.
I'll just shout out some great storytellers, just anyone on like a Joe Rogan podcast. I would not survive on Rogan because I can't tell a story like those guys do. Or like Matthew McConaughey, he's a great storyteller. I don't know why he came to mind. All these actors. Your grandpa, elderly people seem to be great storytellers. Although my grandpa did kind of drag out some stories last episode. Sorry, Swaggy Pop Up, if you're listening. But I want to be a great storyteller. I feel like I overthink things too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a bad. Nah, that's pretty bad. Because
What?
you brought up, if I was on Joe Rogan, I wouldn't survive. And I have a solution for that. I know there's going to be people in the comments of like, if we put a TikTok of this up, they're going to say, why didn't they take the skill of being better podcasters? So I'm taking that pick. Skill of being a good podcaster, because I know I'm not there yet, and you don't have to come at me for it, because I know that. But with this pick, now I'm an expert podcaster. And that includes storytelling.
I don't like that pick. Just because I enjoy the podcast where I am right now.
Oh,
And
yeah, so
you're
do
just
I.
stealing storytelling from me.
I was going to pick
Is
this
that
either
not what
way.
we do on a podcast? Tell stories?
Not always. Again, you were being too niche. You could have taken communication as well. I guess I kind of already took.
That's
no,
why
I took
I asked you.
No, it's not. You just. Yeah, I took communication. You took a niche of communication, and then I took another niche. I don't know. We took a lot of communicating picks here for some reason, but that's okay because it's a skill that is hard to. It's not easy. Oh, and thinking about
what's hard about being a podcast. The whole point of a podcast, though, is that you're just being yourself and you're spreading your feelings.
Well, yeah, but still, to be
You
want to
get better at like sharing a promo code, or
I don't know.
Okay, guys, Manscaped. The code is.
Yeah, like
Manscaped,
I don't know. I
sponsor us.
feel like because we are and we take pride in being dumb and not being experts. But at the same time, if you were to give me the knowledge of an expert podcaster, it would open up the world for me. Do you know that like one graph where you have the really small square inside of a really big square?
Yes.
And it's like you probably don't, but
Oh.
it's like the small square is everything you know about podcasting, and then I think there's a smaller square of like what you know. But the big square is podcasting in general.
So it's like a tip
So
of the
you
iceberg thing.
Yeah, like the people that know a very little bit about podcasting, they always overhype themselves because they don't know what's all out there. But the people that know what's out there, they're more humble about it because they know more than the last person, but they're not hyping up themselves like the last.
I just feel like podcasting, it didn't go out there. You can say storytelling didn't go out there for the options of the draft, but podcasting, if you take storytelling and your previous ability just to talk to anybody, I think take those two together, that's a podcast right there. A good podcast.
It can be. But then you throw in this where you're a skillful podcaster, which could include manufacturing the podcast, putting it up online, spreading it to others,
editing the podcast.
Yeah, knowing
okay.
what engages the audience.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, yeah, a lot goes into making a podcast, which I kind of knew getting into it, and I don't think it's been overwhelming yet, editing and stuff. It's pretty basic, but yeah, so that's what I'm picking. Mainly because when I thought of it, I knew someone in the comments of something's probably going to say you should have drafted the ability to have a podcast or the skill of podcasting.
Yeah.
Because that's what people comment nowadays.
Anyone can have. I guess anyone has a podcast nowadays.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't have a podcast, so shut up, guys.
Jeez. Relax a little
maybe
bit.
he does out there.
Apologize to those people. That was not nice. Apologize.
Audience, I'm sorry. For,
you're getting a little hot-headed. I don't like it.
Audience, I'm sorry.
They have all the rights to say everyone has a podcast because we're two nobodies.
Maybe I'm just insecure about myself.
I think you might be.
Audience, I'm sorry.
All right. Because you can't say something like that and then share the Bible verse right after. So I had to intervene there.
My Bible verse has to do with no arguing. Too.
I had to step in. That's what two friends do. They improve each other's faith.
Thank you. Where should I close out with my 5th pick?
Oh yeah, you didn't even.
Yeah, I still have my pick.
I might. No, I'm not gonna help you.
I'll throw out options I had, I guess. Kung Fu, I don't need that. I can beat anyone in a fight. Day trading. If I have the ability to make money at any opportunity, I think that'll destroy me. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I don't want the ability to day trade. I put electrician just so I didn't have to stress about my job as much. Coding is boring. Like I said, coding will give you too much power. You'll be able to hack things, but that's boring.
I think coding is probably one of the most the thing I hated the most learning in school.
Yeah, but if you're good at it, you have a lot of power, I feel like.
I guess I still wouldn't want to do it.
I am going to take knowledge of scripture. It's not quite, it doesn't quite pack the punch as Riz or guitar, but knowledge of scripture will help me the most in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, we say, what would Jesus do? I guess this is a great transition into our Bible verse of the day. But too many times I say, what would Jesus do? I want to have this verse for this situation or that verse for this situation. What would Jesus do? That is a great situation to think of, but sometimes there's just different verses for different scenarios, I guess. Do you kind of see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good pick.
And I'm getting better at learning verses. I know more than I knew last year. So progress is progress.
I'm really bad at. That's what amazes me about learning languages, because I look at a verse and I can't remember 12 words in a row, and it's my language, let alone learning another language. I'm terrible with that.
No, I think
so. I could use that because my memorization, especially for scripture, is terrible.
I think knowing scripture is really important for the faith.
Yeah, it is. It's very important.
So if I could be like Doug, who could just throw out any verse at any text.
Shout out Doug.
Doug is a goat. Yeah, thank you, Doug. But
yeah, that's the most valuable skill right there, and you got it in the 5th round.
Yeah. I don't know if our audience might have agreed with that. Hopefully our Christian fan base has my back on that pick, because that's a good pick, and it goes right into our verse of the day, which is.
You have this memorized?
No, I don't.
Can see it like
I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't even have the verse memorized. I think it's Philippians 2:14.
You don't even have the verse written down?
I forgot to write it.
You need that skill.
Yeah.
As do I.
Philippians 2:14. Let's hope it's that. Do everything without complaining and arguing, so that no one can criticize you. A little hypocritical.
Yeah.
Live clean.
Good thing I stepped in.
Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people. I think friendly argument is okay, but it's when you argue with your parents and when you argue with someone at work over the dumbest things, it's not worth it. I think this podcast is our getaway to argue over the dumb things and to have some fun and laugh.
Yeah,
but most of the time, nothing
depends.
good comes out of arguments.
Yeah, it depends where your heart's at. Like, obviously our hearts aren't into these arguments. It's stupid talk. It's dumb talk, but some people just like turning off their brains and putting that on.
Yeah, and with arguing, it said complaining. You can find anything to complain about nowadays.
Yeah, remember at church they said 80% of our thoughts are negative.
Yeah.
Which leads to complaining. So if you don't try and counter that, it's going to happen.
Just try to go a day without complaining and arguing about anything and see how great your life turns into.
There you go. There you have it. And, so I guess for the next 2 weeks, focus on not complaining.
Yeah. Let's run through the draft real quick. What were all your picks again?
I don't know.
You forgot your picks?
I need that
I feel like
memorization
we
skill.
we left the draft very quick. I feel like because of my last.
This is
pick.
an hour and 10 minutes long. I think we.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think we put in our due diligence.
The
but
TikTok will see our picks when we have it.
yeah, that's why people can go back and look at it. Or I normally put up text, so I'm not gonna go over them because they
Okay.
can see the text or they can look back and they know our picks.
Yeah.
They'll be okay. I don't need to go over them again. But there's episode 9.
Yeah. Next
Episode 9. Next will be a big old episode 10 hitting double digits. Yep.
Wow.
I'm not doing anything special for that. I think all of our episodes are special in their own way.
I think I'm gonna
Episode
go bald.
100, we'll do something, but we're not there yet.
I think episode 10, I'm gonna go bald.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Don't lie to them now. Come on.
The verse was not on lying. It was on no complaining.
I don't care what. There's other verses that say no lie.
I didn't say bald on the head. Maybe I'll shave my forearms.
Will you? You just said I will go bald. Now you got to go bald somewhere.
I will go bald in an area of my body.
I don't like where my mind's taking me there. But let's get out of this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Goodbye.
God bless.